Hello. Welcome to Contemplations on the Ashtavakra Gita, Part 7. Again, it's been a couple of evenings and since I did the last video. I kind of felt myself getting dragged into, and I've obviously got too much time on my hands at the moment, which is why this has probably happened, but getting dragged into lots of different stuff out there on Facebook and Instagram and various other sources. It can become a little bit overwhelming when you're not in your usual routine. The mind kicks in and says, well, how can I masturbate myself, right? So onto Facebook I go, start scrolling up and down my 4G phone, by the way, not my 5G phone, 4G. And, all this stuff, it just starts to get imprinted into your head. And you're looking at it going, oh my God, oh dear, I don't like that. Is this right? Is this wrong? I don't know. There's a lot going on at the moment. And it's not as if the emotional body is getting into fear. It's more the mind that's getting distracted and going down various rabbit holes, getting hooked in and going, well, okay, so that's an interesting concept about, I don't know, this new telephone technology that's coming out now, 5G. Oh, that's an interesting concept about Bill Gates maybe wanting to stick a vaccine in everyone globally. I wonder what the agenda is behind that. Oh, look what Donald Trump said the other day. Isn't that interesting? Oh, what's his chief medical? Dr. Fauci. He kind of says that we shouldn't shake hands ever again. Oh, look, something's just popped up on my phone saying, YouTube and Vimeo and Facebook and whoever has banned all the David Icke interviews from London Real. And, it's all good. It's all good stuff. But you got to take it all with a bit of a pinch of salt. And it's quite addictive. It can kind of drag you in a little bit. And within all of this stuff that's going on, yes, new paradigms are going to emerge. People might wake up, people might question more, people might say, what the hell's really going on behind all this kind of just the supposed pandemic that I don't know. I don't even think it's killed more than most people an average flu season would have taken out right by now. But hey ho, who am I to comment? So yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there. It can be quite distracting and it can take you out of your centre. And over the last couple of days, because I haven't had my children, I've been, not necessarily twiddling my thumbs, but sitting, checking my phone, going out for a walk, coming back, checking my phone again, reading some stuff. And you can't stop the mind. The mind's pretty powerful. So you've got to be able to observe it. You've got to be able to kind of observe it doing its thing. And then be very diligent about where you decide to place your attention and attention primarily on the threads that this bit of mush in your head is linking into. Okay? It's like a radio, where do you want to tune in? Where do you want to, what do you really want to listen to? What do you really want to place your energy and intention to? And if you feel you're kind of feeding too much of this, it means that you're not balancing your centers, all right? Which is what I've talked about before. And I suppose I have guessed, I have fallen into that trap over the last couple of days where I've become a little bit hooked into certain things, which at some level, I feel quite strongly about, things that are happening which may be imposing on our free will. I'm just closing something that's just popped up on my phone. And so, yeah, based on that, obviously the adrenaline kicks in, the fight or flight kicks in. It's like the militant activist kind of in me. kind of kicks in a little bit. And so yeah, just got to observe that and keep that in check, which is really really great that we're on lesson 10 tonight of the Gita, the Ashtavakra Gita, and the title of lesson 10 excuse me, is quietude. Get quiet. Quiet down, slow down, breathe, come back to yourself, come back to truth, real truth. And Ashtavakra said, give up desire, which is the enemy. Give up prosperity, which is born of mischief and good works. Be indifferent. Look upon friends, lands, wealth, houses, wives, gifts, and all apparent good fortune as a passing show, as a dream lasting 3 to 5 days. Where there is desire, there is the world. Be firm in non-attachment, be free of desire, and be happy. Bondage and desire are the same. Destroy desire and be free. Only by detaching from the world does one joyfully realize self. You are one, awareness itself. The universe is not aware, nor is anything in it. In reality, it does not exist. Even ignorance is unreal. What is left to know? Attached as you have been to the kingdoms, sons, wives, bodies, pleasures, life after life, still they are now lost forever. Prosperity, pleasure, pious deeds, enough! In the dreary forest of the world, the mind finds no rest. For how many lifetimes have you done hard and painful labour, with body, mind and speech? It is time to stop. So I kind of needed to hear that lesson before I therefore communicated it to you. Sometimes it's time to stop and really, I guess at some level, come back to understanding the stuff in your life that you can control and influence, in which case, by all means do so. The stuff in your life that you can't control nor influence, in which case, why expend the energy of worry or fear in that direction? And like the old Serenity Prayer says, the wisdom to know the difference. So, by all means, keep communicating. By all means, keep expressing, to some extent, opinions. It's not necessarily opinions that change the world. Sometimes, if you're going to have a debate, you need some objective facts to go behind it. But 9 times out of 10, come back to yourself. Like my shamanic teacher, she posted on one of her pages recently a quote by Paulo Coelho, Jay and Kestrel Oakwood, who run the Bridget Healing Centre in Glastonbury. It was a lovely quote because it kind of snapped me out of some of the stuff that I was getting sucked into a little bit, and basically says, your opinions don't change the world, it's your example does. You lead through example, and no matter how small your supposed influence might be, you don't know what ripples, what effects that has on the whole. Okay, so whilst we're still in this game, which every single person watching this video is, by the way, I keep saying play it well, but bear in mind there's a bigger picture behind it all. So at some level you've got to trust that, have some faith in that. And it's Easter Day today, so happy Easter everybody. However and whatever you celebrate this time of year, I wish you joy on this day. I wish you zero stress, zero worry, and stop 5G. See you next time.